I just wanted to do a really quick thing about the warping thing. So let's say I have a song that I want to warp in Ableton Live. Let's say this is my song. I'm actually going to take a look at it in my audio editor just so you see it is a full song, and I have it actually has a bit of a problem, which is actually kind of good for my example, because it doesn't have any beats in the beginning. All right. What I often do is, well, I need to know the BPM of the song, and I often use Serato Scratch for that. I'm gonna bring the song to Serato Scratch and hit Analyze Files, and it'll give me the BPM, which is 72. So let's try that out. So now I know it's 72. I'm going to bring the song to my track, and let's see how it goes. It's gonna chew on this for a while because it's analyzing the audio data, so that's why it says clip deactivated. It's gonna take a minute. All right, there we got it. So for now, what I want to do first is I'm gonna hit 72 here. It affects the warping information here. What I want to do first is to bring the marker here to where the beat starts, so I can get busy with the beats in the first place. So let me drag this here, or alternatively, I can just right click and set 1.1 here. And let me activate metronome and hit play, and let's listen. To me, it sounds like it's playing okay because the metronome is definitely in time with the beats. So what I'll do next usually is just skip the playhead to different places and listen and see if the song is still in sync with the metronome. Let me do this. I can hear that it's actually not as tight as it was in the beginning. Let me do a little more listening. It's pretty good here, but let me listen here. It's slightly loose. So I will zoom in and I see that the drum line starts here. I want to do a little bit of fine tuning, which I can do if I hold down Shift, click and drag, so that is smooth as baby spot. So let me listen to it again from here. I'll click on the top bar here, just to skip here. Click here. Once again, it's getting slightly loose, like the metronome is a little bit behind. And I'll zoom in pretty much wherever, but I don't want to go too far because I usually proceed in like little steps, like 16 bars or whatever. So here, I am hearing that the metronome is slightly behind, so let me just look at it, listen to it, and fix it. Yep, I can see that this kick here it's not falling on the beat. Like you can see that everything is a little off. So I double click on it, I get the yellow warp marker and just bring it to the beat here. And I keep repeating this. Here that's a little off. And repeat, repeat. Sometimes I skip a little further and things are going to be a little more off, and fix it here. And that's it. Sometimes I may skip to the very end and I'm expecting things to be way more off here. Yeah, that's too far off, like the metronome is completely off tempo. So let me go back here and listen and fix. Oops. Yes, kick is here. And I think this is mostly it. I'm gonna check the last part. Same thing here. Kick is off. Checking again. And just to recheck everything. Oh, a little pro tip, if you want to be able to skip really quick without having to wait for the bar to finish, just set this to none. So now when I click, it's gonna hop into the section where I click immediately. So that's it. Actually, I know that my project is actually playing too fast, considering that the song tempo is 72. So this would be closer to it, but this is going to prove that the song is still locked to tempo. Yeah. Oh, and a really quick word about the algorithms, the warping algorithms. It's a bit of a long story, but these are the different algorithms, that is different ways that the warping is handled. But in a nutshell, to save you a really long lecture, usually for songs, the Complex Pro is your best friend. And I found that I usually don't have to mess with these settings, but these usually have to do with how the stretching is performed, because let's say if I want to drop my song tempo by 20 BPM, so it would be like 20 BPM below the actual song tempo. Well, that means that the software actually has to create a little more audio in order not to get these gaps of silence. So the algorithms here are just different ways of how the stretching of the song is handled. Repitch, that works like vinyl, because let me well, let's listen. I'm gonna go back to Complex Pro. Now let's listen, and then on the fly I'm gonna switch to repitch. So let's hear what it does. So in a nutshell, it works like vinyl. So it's not really doing a whole lot of stretching, because it's actually pitching the song based on tempo. So here the pitch is going to change, but all the other algorithms are going to preserve the pitch. So I hope this helps. I know this doesn't cover everything, but mostly this is how I do it. I know that in some songs that have been mastered really loud, it's going to look like fucking this, but you just have to look and listen real carefully.